Hello, and welcome to
Hi.
the No Name
Yeah, hi.
Podcast.
Welcome. Hi. Welcome.
Episode uno.
This is English. Mm-hmm.
No, this is Spanish. Sorry, you're in the
This
wrong
is
podcast. Uh,
yeah. If you came to cheat on your high school Spanish exam, this is not the place to come.
taco quesadilla.
That's gonna be me, honestly. Taco Bell. I'm gonna come back with a Taco Bell receipt and be like, "Hey, this is my project. Here you go."
Bring something in Mexican today. I was like, oh, okay, or Spanish, whatever. Yeah, I brought Taco Bell. Wait, I brought Taco Bell.
Of course, that's KFC. All right.
It's
So
the same place where we live. Same.
my name
Same.
is Coble Hartman.
I am Logan Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. This is how I feel weird introducing myself to you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's
We've
like
all, it's nice to meet you. I've never met you
Yeah.
before. This is new.
Yeah. Definitely have not known each other for a considerable amount of time. So how are you today?
Look. There's a
That's
spider on my wall.
This
Scared the
is
shit out of me. Now it's dead.
all right.
Oh,
This is going great so far.
That wasn't. I didn't like that.
It's going wonderfully.
I know. So,
How are you today, Mr. Logan?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
Don't ask me that question. So we have a list of things we're going to talk about.
Well, shouldn't we explain what this is first, mister?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, welcome to the No Name Podcast. It's called the
Mhm.
No Name Podcast because we don't have a name. So
We
that's
couldn't
what it's
figure
called.
one out.
And this is
Yeah.
what it is now.
Couldn't really pin down a name.
We're going to talk about video games, technology, movies, everything a nerd wants, basically.
And needs,
And needs. Wants and needs.
of course.
Anything you got to say about it? Anything
Uh, No, you pretty much covered all the bases. We couldn't come up with the name. We tried for actually an embarrassing amount of time. We tried for a while, and then
failed?
I mean,
Well, we didn't fail. We found one because we were like, we don't have a name. And I was in the car. No name.
I
Sure.
think I was the one who told you no name.
I think we mentioned the no name, but we thought it was a joke. And they were like,
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe we moved on then, and then you were like, yeah, this is probably a good idea because we kind of suck at this.
yeah, this works. This works just fine.
Yeah, we pretty much covered all the bases. That's pretty much what this is. I mean, so we'll have guests too. It's not just us talking about things. We'll have guests
Yep.
who also talk about things.
We'll have people
So,
that aren't us because you're going to get tired of seeing our faces.
oh yeah,
So-
I'm already tired of seeing your face.
Oh,
So
thanks.
I
That's
just
just,
really like to get someone else in here, like very, very fast.
I guess I'll just leave the podcast. First episode, I'll leave.
I'm fine with that, actually.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
yeah. So, let's start talking then. I guess, Logan.
Okay.
Got some technology stuff to talk about. We got some video games. There's some new stuff in the media.
Well,
We're not gonna be good at this, but we're gonna try our best.
there's a lot of things to talk about. We could talk about PS5, Xbox One X, or whatever, and everything about it, which we don't know because we didn't
That would
pre-order it and
take
we
a long
don't have
time.
it. That is.
Not
But
gonna have it for a while.
we did watch a while back the PS5 review or
We were
that
there
thing.
for the PS5 reveal. Yeah.
That was fun. I personally am really excited for the Miles Morales game. So
Well, the thing with
yeah,
I don't know. That'd probably be the only reason I bought the PS5, honestly. And so like that's why I'm like, do I buy it? Because I'm a Microsoft man, Logan.
That's the only
I'm-
reason I bought my PS4. So fine.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like Miles Morales or every other game that I enjoy. We're like, what's the what's
You
the
know,
choice there?
One game or 200.
I
Eh.
know. Well, the thing with PS4, doesn't PS4 have a crap ton more exclusives than the Xbox does?
Yes, we have Halo and Forza. That's
Yeah.
it. We mostly
But
have
I think
racing games for
Xbox-
Xbox.
Unless I'm getting it mixed up, I literally think Xbox literally came out and they were like, we don't have as many exclusives because we want people to actually be able to play games together.
That might have been their purpose. I don't know.
I think that's what they said because PS5 they have like a million exclusive games that like won't be crossplay ever,
Yeah.
because they're exclusive to PS5. And
Which,
so I think,
speaking of exclusive games, the VR for that, they came out with Iron Man. Iron Man VR. I was
oh,
so
was
annoyed
that
that
any good? I don't think anyone liked that or
I
anything.
don't know. I just wanted that for actual VR. Like, I have an Oculus and I want it. I'm like, can I play it? No. You can play this crappy
No.
free Spider-Man game that we came with the movies. It's not even that good. It's not.
Yeah, there's exclusives are getting out of control. It's good incentive to buy a console, but it's just annoying if you have the other console.
Yeah, like Xbox 360 was so much fun with the Kinect and the party games. That's
Oh
basically
yeah.
what Xbox is made for. Is for party games mostly, which that's all I used it for when I was a kid. Now it's
I mean,
more like playing actual games, but
those are the games that I enjoy mostly still now. Like I love playing Uno with the boys. I love like we played Monopoly a couple of times. Nobody really has the patience for
yeah,
them now.
no one can.
But it was I mean, I don't know. I just exclusives, man. It's gonna be complicated. People are gonna get so pissed when everyone like when because I don't know that very many people have the console
Yeah,
right now. So I think that when a mass number of people start getting either the PS5 or the Xbox, they're going to be clashing heads more. The console wars are not over. You can say whatever you
it will
want,
never
but
be
the
over.
console wars are going to increase now. Like people are going to get so much more pissed, and it's just not going to be.
It's
It's going
not
to be
gonna be
mayhem.
fun. It's gonna be
Yeah,
as crazy as always, but times 10 probably.
yeah, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah. But going back to the Spider-Man thing, I saw a news article of Spider-Cat, which I thought was
Oh
was
yeah, you
very
mentioned that. What's
interesting.
that about?
I haven't read much of it, but from all the videos I saw, Miles has a pet cat and he has it in his backpack, and there's a finisher that you do on the enemies, and the cat is part of that finisher.
That's is
and
that its only purpose?
I guess I think it's an aesthetic suit, basically. It's just
Oh,
extra, and I think eventually he also gets a little spider mask to go over, which I thought was funny. We're not gonna recognize the cat. Ooh, who's the cat? Secret
Did he have a
identity.
cat in the comics?
I don't know. I haven't
I
seen
don't
much of
ever there.
Miles on the comics.
I don't ever remember there being a cat.
It's just a cat. What's wrong with a cat?
I don't think there's very many Miles Morales.
We have Spider Pig. Why can't we have Spider Cat?
I mean, got a good point there.
Yeah.
If John Mulaney can voice a pig,
Then
a cat can can voice a cat.
a cat can be in a video game. I think we'll be fine. And going back to the VR point, Quest. I hated the Quest because when I was looking for
Oh
a
yeah,
VR
no.
headset, the Quest was a good concept, and I'm glad it worked. But the graphics were terrible, and
It
they were not
lasted.
fun.
Well, I experienced the Quest. My uncle had a Quest, and I played with it once, and it was very like I don't know. It's a convenient VR headset.
Yeah.
Because I remember sitting out next to the pool and he was like, "Hey, try this on," and I could just mess with it while I was just sitting there, like no wires attached, no anything. So it was a convenient thing. I feel like it's kind of just it's a way for people with a low budget to get a convenient VR headset. If that makes sense.
Yeah, people who don't have computers or don't have the money to build one, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but other than that, I think you're right. I mean, it came with a couple of free games just to like experience the aesthetic of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't very. I don't know. It wasn't. It didn't sway me in the direction of like, hey, a Quest 2's coming out. I should buy that because it wasn't. The Quest 1 wasn't as enticing.
Yeah, Quest 2. I really hope that they improve that a lot more. Make it probably last longer. I haven't read too much on it, but it seems better. But and when you were talking about the thing that you were sitting out by the pool and you played the VR, that really made me think about the Oculus Go they made. They made an Oculus Go where you can go wherever and just say, "Hey, I'm watching Netflix now."
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's basically all the advertisements. I just saw it at Best Buy like every time I showed up. It's like, "Oh, you still have these in stock?" To be honest, not surprised. They can't really do much. Most people buy VR for video games, not to sit there and watch Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know very many people who are just have this itch to just watch movies even closer than they normally
When you
do.
could just do this. Most people do this anyways, so why
Yeah,
can't you
that's
do
all
that?
it is.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna watch Netflix.
Holding your phone 2 inches away from your face is the same as putting a VR headset on and watching Netflix. It's not very.
Yeah.
and it's just worse quality, honestly.
Yeah, because when you move the headset a little bit, then your eyes get messed up. He's like, now I can't see. It's blurry. Which
I'm
that's
excited though. I'm I don't think I'm gonna buy the Quest 2 no matter what they do. I mean, I don't have the Quest 1, but like I don't think after experiencing it, I think I don't know. It depends on what they improve because I haven't read anything about it. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I don't know if I don't know, but I think it's but probably they're probably gonna improve the battery life. I don't know. It's gonna have to be a slightly bigger, I think, if they're gonna want to improve the graphics.
might be. I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean, I'll be interested in seeing the specs for it, but I don't think I'm gonna be interested in buying it.
Yeah, I got the Rift 2 because I didn't have to. The Rift 1 they came out with was you had to put sensors in your room around, but with the 2 or the
Oh, that's
S,
annoying.
yeah, that's why I got the S. The S they're built in, but still, it's fun. VR's fun, but it takes some computer power. Like sometimes, depending on the game, after I get done, it sounds like a vacuum's going off in my room with my computer.
Yeah, I just feel bad for the people who didn't buy the S because I remember my talking about my uncle again because he's like really into VR. He literally set up sensors around a whole room and like did this whole like elaborate like he put in so much work with that, and then all of a sudden they were like, now guess what, you don't have to, and he's like, ah, you got me, and like it's I saw so I feel bad for the people who had to set up the sensors and then they were like, hey, guess what, you don't have to do that anymore,
No more
and it's
sensors.
better. Yeah, and so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think VR's I still feel like VR is a little new.
Yeah, VR from like 10 years ago. I remember my dad bought one of those ones you put your phone in, you just slide it in and you download an
Oh
app.
yeah.
That's what we did for a long time. We had an app and it was a game, and basically I just did this to turn. It was a ship. And it was just that's all it was. And we just sat there, we did like roller coaster things. That's all VR was a long time ago. It was just like plug your phone in and then do that. You don't have your hands, it's just your head. Just
Yeah, I
going
remember
back
that
and
too.
forth.
I remember people coming to school with those little things, and it wasn't there. There was a phone, like it was applicable to like a certain phone. Like, there was one just made for like Android phones, and my friend had an Android phone. He came to school with it, and like everyone was going crazy over it. And like 2 years later, VR was like even. I don't know. I still feel like VR has a long way to go. Is my point. Like I think it's gonna be scary to see how good it gets.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be kind of freaky.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, I remember a long time ago when I got my VR, and then I showed you a clip of somebody who was playing VR and walking on something, and then they jumped off of the thing in VR, but they jumped in real life, and they smacked their
Yeah.
face into the TV. You're like, that's why I don't trust myself with a VR.
Yeah,
So,
you also I know it's easy to get in tight like into that world that you're in, but I feel like it's people some people have a problem with remembering that
yeah.
they're affecting the environment around them when they're in VR.
Yeah, when I was in my old room, I don't know. I had cuts on my hand because I had a shelf on my right side, and I would swing to throw something, and I would hit my hand on it and cut myself. Things
Oh.
would fall off by the end of it, and I had a fan above me, so I would jump and smack my hand on it. It was great, fun time. So
I think definitely when I get a house, there's gonna be a whole room dedicated to VR. It's just
Bro.
gonna be one big empty room with like a super powered computer in it.
and sound foam, so nobody can hear you yell while you play
Yeah, yeah,
horror
yeah.
games. All you hear is
Cool.
a scream.
Or wait, have you seen that
Pacify in
room?
VR.
Oh my god,
That
Pacify
game's
is such
fun.
a scary game.
Pacify's good.
I wonder if it is VR. If it is, we're gonna
Ah.
definitely do.
We'll find out.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say speaking of VR getting better and stuff. I saw a I saw a video. Have you seen like the evolution of the Microsoft Flight Simulator?
No, I've not.
Oh my god. I didn't know how long it's been out, but it's been out since like the 90s. And dude, it's come such a freaking long way. Like it went from like just pixels moving every like 2 seconds to like what it is now.
Mhm.
But I remember even like 5 years ago, it still looked like questionable.
Yeah.
It's like it's insane to me how good people are getting at like quickly making this like super high definition like simulators, and it's scary. It's scary because like I don't know how many times has Elon Musk said this is a simulation. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. He wants to put chips in our brains. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Did he do that on a pig, like to
Yeah, that
test
was
it?
his test subject. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust that thing. I would think that, not that I'm like superstitious about all these things. Like, I don't care. But if say that malfunctions and it like has a electrical surge, you're dead. You're done. Your brain gets electrocuted and you're done. You're legit a vegetable at that point. You're done.
I think
Nothing more.
what would be cool. I mean, I've seen videos of there's this girl, and I think I first saw it on TikTok, and I think you showed it to me too. But she has a chip in her hand, and it unlocks things around the house.
I remember that. Yeah, they had
And
locks
I
on
would
things.
freaking love that.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's scary, but like, imagine going up to your computer and it doesn't turn on unless like you put your hand on it. Like, that would be awesome.
But here's one thing: if that thing's made out of metal and you get near a large magnet, whew, right out of your hand, that would hurt.
You'd live.
It's
You'd
like in
live
the
though.
movies when there's like they stick it in. It's like I'm taking the chip out that they entered you, and it pulls it out. It's gonna be one of those.
It'd be. You would survive.
Yeah,
It's
you wouldn't
fine.
die from that. That would just be a really traumatic experience. Something like say
If
you have
Coyote
friends next with you.
Peterson can be stung by a million things with venomous, I don't know, whatever, you can get the chip removed from your hand.
I don't know. I'm fine with like automation or biological whatever. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. But it's like whenever you lose a hand, they try to get you a robotic one so you can still use it. But some people who like modify their body with technology, but they don't need it. Like in the movies where they get robotic eyes so that they can see certain things, stuff like that. Like I'm fine with that. Like if I lose my hand in an accident, I would like to see if there's an option for me to get a fake hand. See if that would be
Yeah.
cool. But like I'm not gonna go and just chop my hand off and then build myself a new one. Like I'm not gonna be Doc Ock and
Oh
put
yeah.
arms out of the back.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Yeah.
Do people want to do that? Do
I'm
people like
pretty
want
sure.
the
There's definitely if this is all I have to say. If there's something that you have a question saying, do people really want that? There's probably people out there that want that.
That's a good point. Out of the 7 billion people on the planet,
There's a lot.
there has to be at least one person who's like, I would kind of like to just chop my hands off to see if I could get a robot one.
Yeah.
But speaking of, because I was talking about how like Microsoft Simulator's gotten so much better.
Yeah.
I a lot of the most popular games now are like the 2D like games like Among Us.
Yeah.
Like that. When did that even come out? Was it like it was a while ago?
Let's
It was a
find out.
long.
Among
'Cause-
Us.
I saw this article.
Okay. First thing that pops up. I don't have a date, but it says suggested based on recent activity. Among Us VR. I'm like,
Oh,
that would be insane.
that'd be
but-
awesome.
It came out June 15th, 2018. It's been 2 years that game has been out.
Okay, so I remember I saw this thing in 2018, or 2019 or something. They had like 10 people monthly playing that game.
Actually,
10 people.
hold on. Let's look at
How
look at
many
this.
concurrent players are there now?
A lot probably.
There's like millions. Like it's been at the top of Twitch for a while.
I want to. Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
that's all
pulling
I
up. I want to see how
that's
many
all
it
I-
has right now. 80.5K viewers right now on Twitch.
Jeez.
If we
What is that ranking on? Like in the categories?
You mean what number is it? Like at how top? How high?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not actually the first few. It usually is, but it's not. Yeah, viewer
I'm
high
surprised that
alert.
League of Legends is going strong still.
League of Legends is number 3 on Twitch right now. You know
I
what's
know
number 1
it's
though?
been like that for what?
Just chatting.
That's always the case. Though.
I'm
But
not
freaking,
surprised.
how is League of Legends still going so hard? I never liked League. I could not play it. I see the appeal and I see the esports like aspect of it, but I could never get that game
I
down.
I like strategy games, but I don't like games like that where you have to like move it around. I've played
Yeah, like Smite. Like Smite was fun for a little bit for me.
yeah.
And it's like League but a little more 3D, I guess.
Yeah. It's more like you're the
But-
character, yeah.
Yeah, but it's too much like League still for me.
I can't. Like I like first-person shooters or third-person shooters for that matter. I'm fine with it. Like, but I cannot play League. I tried a long time ago to get into it because everyone was playing it, but no, that's definitely not my game. But
But going back to Among Us,
Among Us is
I
insane right now, and I love it.
it's yeah, no, me too, definitely.
The
But it's oh,
the hidden strats, those were great. Have you seen those recently?
what's that?
People
What?
are changing their names to like the dashes, so like they hide behind something that you can't see them, and then they get someone like I just watched a clip from of Terrorizer and I think it was Moo, a couple other guys. They two of them and Nogla was the guy hiding behind one of the satellites. You can't see him, and he was just two dashes. And then the Terrorizer's name was Bait, and he was baiting the guy, and they just stood there behind where you couldn't see it. So they killed in front of him, and they just walked out. He was like, uh.
Yeah,
And
there's so many new strategies.
I've seen tons of people do that. Like you just
I
hide behind something.
uh I okay. I've been imposter like 4 times total. with Among Us.
I know we've played it so much. You
And
can
so
never
I
be
don't
an
really
imposter.
I know. So I don't really know the strategies all that much, but I freaking like I love watching the YouTube plays. It's crazy because like I've seen so many YouTube videos and it's yeah, so many YouTube videos and the titles are like 900 IQ imposter play, right? And then I click on it and I watch the entire video and it's like they just get lucky. Like
It's all
it's
luck.
just like they don't do anything. Like halfway through the round they're like, "I can't believe this is happening. I'm so smart." And it's like, "No. No."
No one's just
No.
finding your bodies right now. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
most. It's like the third imposter thing. That was
Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I
that
just
was.
heard about that thing.
That's how me and Sierra won our rounds. That was funny. 2 rounds in a row, we were both imposters. That was great.
Oh my god. But like I was saying, like Among Us is it's just a simple 2D game. By the way, Innersloth, the people who make Among Us, it's a team of 3 people.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes more sense why they didn't fix the thing earlier. You remember the server
Well,
malfunction?
yeah, that's one of the things. Okay, so
What?
speaking of that,
They
actually,
made something else.
yeah,
What they,
The Henry Stickmin series,
yeah, those. Which
um,
wow.
pretty good. I think they just released that on Steam too, the entire collection.
Probably. I haven't been on
But
Steam much.
anyway, that's why they had so many server issues. It's literally 3 people, and not to mention the fact they had 10 players monthly in like 2018, 2019. Like, so why would they think, hey, this is gonna blow up in like a year? Like, they wouldn't. So that's, but
Yeah.
supposedly the rumors are that unless there've been new rumors or somebody debunked these, the last I heard, the new updates are gonna be server updates. So those, I mean, they've already been improved. Like I can tell,
Yeah. We've been
they've been
able
a
to
lot
get in
better.
rounds and whatever.
Yeah, yeah, and host games and whatnot.
Yeah.
But server updates, there's gonna be supposedly a new map, one new map, I think.
That's
Is
it.
going to be what else is there? There's probably new cosmetics, I guarantee you, probably.
Probably. People
Oh,
want that.
in-game currency. So kind of like you still spend real money, but it's on in-game currency.
No. If they take away my skin, I'm gonna be mad. Don't make me have to pay for that. I want my tuxedo.
Then they're gonna add a friend system.
Oh, so
So
you can
like
invite each other?
you can invite each other and then join each other without having to actually like send a code.
Cross-platform. That's what that can help. That's
I was
usually
actually just getting to that because they're supposedly also going to make it console,
yeah.
put on consoles. But there's a little bit of, I don't know how this is gonna work because if you're playing with random people, you have to type. Can't really do that on an Xbox or PS4
Yeah,
or
they
PS5.
usually yeah, that's the difficult part. But you can still join
So
an Xbox party from your computer, which is cool. That's always
yeah,
helpful.
I, I just don't know how they're gonna work around that, but I'm sure. I mean, but I'm excited to see the new map they add if they add one because and here's why. There's a storyline behind all the maps.
There
You know that?
is. Oh, well, it makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense. I watched a guy who was like, "Yeah, the imposters aren't actually the bad guys."
Yeah,
It's. I was like, "What?" But that
yeah.
was insane. I don't think
Well,
that's
they are
true,
okay.
but that
Well,
make
here's if they should have reworded that. They are the imposters are the bad guys, but here's really what it is. Okay, so the Skell, the first map on like the with the big ship. Okay,
yeah.
so everyone's on the little shuttle, and then they go to the space station, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the space station, um, the crewmates are trying to do all those tasks to override like the space station because there's been a what's the word?
Breach?
It's not a virus. It's a
Plague.
no, no, parasite.
Oh,
Parasite. A parasite
venom.
has infected one of the crewmates, and that's why some of the kill animations are like they go into like this monster thing or whatever,
Yeah.
because
They
it's the
stab
parasite.
him with his insides. Yeah.
Yeah, that and
It's
it's
weird,
something like
but yeah.
that. Yeah, but so the parasite's infected or whatever. Well, then the crewmates win eventually. Eventually, the crewmates win. And then they go back to HQ. That's the second map is HQ.
Okay.
Um, but actually, um, they found out that the parasite followed them there, and it's kind of like infected someone else, so they have to find the imposter again. Well, then they're like, all right, we're tired of this, and they go to they find, I don't remember, they crash land somehow on the parasite's home planet,
Okay.
and that's why on that third map, like the ship's kind of like all busted and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and so I don't know how, but they crash land on there, and then they kill it again or whatever. And so it's that's pretty much the storyline. So I'm excited to see what they do with the third map because I want to see how it fits into the lore, the Among Us lore.
Yeah, and how it goes with the storyline, like Fortnite and their whole long storyline. Which
God, don't even get me started on Fortnite.
personally, I don't like the game anymore. They've changed it and made it too crazy, but still,
Yeah.
it's a very
And
interesting concept, and they did good with the first little bit, but now they're just going overboard. Like, hey,
I liked it when it was
superheroes!
more. Yeah,
That's exactly what now
I
is.
that was their failsafe too. I feel like because they lost all their. I think it took a turn for the worse when they because remember when they added in public matches they added the
Bots?
siphon and like the mat increase when you harvested.
Yeah.
I think everyone loved that, and then they got rid of it, and I think that's when it took a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of people over that, and then they just kept making it because they kept catering to new players, and so they added all that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
So
But
it's anyway. I don't really don't want to get into it.
yeah,
That's just
Fortnite's
we
not our
could
cup of tea,
spend an
but
entire
we
episode on
know
this.
a decent bit about it. Yeah. But speaking of games that blew up really fast, and I feel bad for the creators of it, but Fall Guys, those guys,
I
like
know.
that game blew up really fast, and then because Among Us, it went kind of down.
Among Us, yeah, Among Us took over.
They came out with a season 2 and added more games and stuff. It's supposed to be like medieval themed, which I probably should have went in there and probably got some cool skins.
Well, I played it for the. I played it for about 20 minutes, and here's why. Because I went in and I didn't get a single new map. Like 3 rounds, I didn't get a single new map, and I was like, oh my god. Because
I'm done with this.
because it's just so repetitive after so long.
Yeah, that's why I can't always play it. I can play it for a little bit, and then I gotta stop because I'm like, how many times am I gonna jump on these spinny wheels?
I know.
And how many times am I gonna get knocked off by those spinny wheels?
Like, why are we here?
Why do we still do this?
And I even think they didn't add too many more game modes, did they?
They added a couple things, but I don't know. I haven't seen much of it because I haven't played it. But it seems cool, but still, they didn't get that much, like, any new stuff from it or like new people to join. Because I didn't see
Yeah, I don't.
many YouTubers be like, "Ooh, season 2's coming out." Nobody really did that. It's like
Yeah, and I
when
expected to see Dr. Lupo post something about that because I don't know if you know, but he was a god.
yeah,
Like, it was crazy how many like games he won.
yeah.
Um, and I think he actually had it was either him or basically I do work. One of them had the beta testing skin. I think it might have been Marcel,
I think it was Marcel. It
but
was the crash dummy looking thing.
the crash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but Dr. Lupo was so freaking good, and I expected to see something from him, and I don't know if he did it at all. I can go
Uh,
look, but I don't think he did a single video on that after he.
Well, it's kind of the same thing when like Fortnite was so huge and all the YouTubers were doing that, and then Modern Warfare came out, so everyone went to that. So it's basically the same thing. Fall Guys was huge, and then everyone moved to Among Us. It's kind of exactly how that went. Which I love how we went from big, pill-looking dudes to small pill-looking dudes with no
I
eyes
know.
or
No,
arms.
no arms. Yeah.
It's like they downgrade. It's like, now we look like this. Which I saw tons of pictures of who's the imposter, and it was a Fall Guys dude pointing at other Among Us characters. I was like, it's not me. No. Because they look very similar. And I don't even know
Yeah.
how Among Us got super popular. Like, who started it? It was just popular. It just showed up
Yeah.
one day.
I don't see anything on Dr. Lupo. Yeah, Dr. Lupo didn't do a single thing on it.
Yeah.
Like he's like peaking right now with Among Us. Like all his other videos, like Spellbreak and let's see, he like Star Wars Squadron. He's getting like all his big views are on Among Us right now,
Well,
and
yeah,
he's
it's
actually
most
really good at
people's
Among Us.
views. It's most of
Yeah.
them. Like, recently I went back to Dan TDM because I saw he was in a game with Grizzy and a couple other guys. It's like, maybe upload us videos. And I watched his first one, and then I watched the second one. He was like, we got tons of views on that last one, so I'm doing it again. And I was like, yeah, everyone's getting a lot of views from Among Us.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Fall Guys season 2 was extremely underwhelming.
Yeah. Like, they probably expected some huge thing, but sadly got nothing. Well, they maybe got a few things, but, like, not that much. Which,
Oh, speaking of games adding things, actually I think this one was kind of more hyped than Among Us season 2, but the Smash Bros update.
oh, that was fun. I sat there.
Even Alex being added into Super Smash.
Yes. When that was announced for the first time, I had to go somewhere with my dad, and I just took my Nintendo Switch with me, and I was like, I gotta get Steve and Alex, Dad. I gotta get him. I didn't get him. I still don't have
He's
him.
pretty overpowered though. Have you seen some of the plays people have been making with him?
I watched somebody play as a zombie, which that might just be a skin that you put, like,
Well,
you
he
change
can
the color.
like I don't know what the control would be, but like he can place like a magma block above him,
Mhm.
and that does a lot of damage. You can like trap people in that block, and then you can I think his like with the thing you do when you like jump in the air to like save yourself or whatever. I think his is just like swinging a pickaxe. I think that's all it is. But I don't know. It was very hyped, and I've seen a lot of things on it. But I can't believe that. I didn't know they're still adding people to Smash.
Yeah, they added, like, when they originally announced that the new Smash game, that was insane. Like, the new Smash, the Smash Bros. Ultimate, where they said we're going to bring everyone in. I thought that was awesome. And then they're just
Yeah.
continuing and adding and adding and adding. And it's just, I think that's great. Because it gives
That's
you something
smart
to
of them.
do. Because you never run
And I
out of
think-
characters, basically.
And I think they're getting a lot more money now that they've been making more games that are downloadable instead of more disc-based games.
Yeah,
Because you can't update a disc.
true.
You know, like like Smash Bros. Like on the Wii U,
Mhm.
like they can't update that. They can't add Steve to that because most people have it on a disc. I don't know if you can you download it just randomly off the store.
I don't know. It's kind of like how Xbox can update things. The disc doesn't have to be in it. I think it's just the file changes. I don't know how it works. I'm not that smart.
Or maybe I'm just being stupid because
Because I was
haven't
like, they
messed with
do
it in a long
update discs,
time.
so I was kind of confused on what you're talking about. People who have discs for other consoles get updates, so I was kind of confused. But, like, I have
Well,
Smash
I guess
Bros.
the
with
disc is.
thing.
Oh yeah, never mind. Forget everything I just said. I've been playing on a PC too long. I forgot how discs work.
Yeah. But speaking of Smash Bros. And Nintendo Switches, my uncle, well, I guess my cousin or whatever, he was getting taught the needs from wants, and they were explaining it to him. And then so he was like, well, after that conversation, he's like, well, I need a Switch for Christmas. And they were like, why do you need a Switch? He's like, I need a Switch because I want Super Smash Bros. And I need the Switch to play it. And they were like, and then my uncle looks at my aunt and says, yeah, we got to give him a Switch after that one.
I mean, he thought through that. I mean,
It's like, if a 10-year-old can think through that, he deserves it.
Mm,
So that was funny.
absolutely.
I got told
I'm
that.
still playing on the Wii U.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We were there. Like, there's looks over.
It's right there.
Yeah, I know. I remember you moved it in there. But on a total different note with the Corona and all that stuff in the movie theaters. I didn't say your name.
This is the Lumineers from Logan Spotify.
Alexa, shut up. I didn't, I didn't say your name. Whatever. But with the movie theaters, they're opening back up, which I thought was awesome. Right now, they're streaming older movies. Like recently, I just went and watched Empire Strikes Back. That was awesome in theaters, and I loved it. Yeah, first time I've ever seen it in theaters because, I wasn't alive when it came out. So, but that was so much fun going there and watching that with all the people who actually watched it as a kid.
I'm sure that's great for them because they got to relive all that.
Yeah. So my Uncle Matt was sitting next to me during the movie, and at the end of it, when the credits was about to roll, I tapped him on the shoulder, and I looked at my parents, looked back at him, and then did this. I was like, they fell asleep at the end of the movie. Like, right before, I don't know, towards the end, maybe before Luke got his hand cut off, they fell asleep then. And I was like, really?
They fell asleep at the word, like the best part.
I know. No! That was funny though. He was smushed up against it. He did not look pleasant, yelling no or anything for that matter. He did not look good.
Poor Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Mark Hamill is insane though for what he does. I didn't know that he voiced Joker so many times. Like,
yeah, I knew he voiced the Joker. Okay, on Netflix they added something. I don't remember what it's called. It might be like The Last Laugh or something.
Yeah.
But it's like an intense, like animated DC cartoon movie of just Batman, Joker, and then Batgirl's in it too. And I think Mark Hamill voiced that too. You're right. I don't know how many times he's voiced the Joker, but it's crazy.
He does that a lot. He also, the Child's Play movie, the new Chucky, basically.
Yeah, he was Chucky.
He was Chucky, and I was like, really? That's insane. I didn't know that he could do such a creepy voice. And when I rewatched Arrow and Flash, he is the Trickster, the original Trickster from the old Flash. He's that, and he was also in the new Flashes as the Trickster.
I knew all of this.
I didn't see that when I watched it originally. I rewatched it. I'm like, because he was in makeup most of the time. I was like, that's Mark Hamill. Yeah. I didn't know that because I didn't know who Mark Hamill was until the new Star Wars came out, and it's like, him. That's Luke. Yeah.
I didn't memorize his name until I think the new Jedi either.
Yeah. Speaking of actors and names no one can remember, do you know who Don Cheadle is?
I think you've asked me this before.
Exactly. Exactly. No one knows who Don Cheadle is, but he's like a huge American actor. He's War Machine.
Oh my god.
He was in so many movies.
He's Rhodey.
Yeah, and no one knows his name. So it's like, hey, you know the actor Don Cheadle? It's like, who's that? I'm like, War Machine. That's why he's like, the guy who plays War Machine? That's the statement you hear, not, hey, Don Cheadle?
Yeah, that's so weird. I guess some people just have that name that's not like Mark Hamill. That's such it's like a catchy name.
I know, that's why I remember it after making that joke and hearing it a couple places. I was like, Don Cheadle. I always will remember that now just because of that. I think I saw it on a Carson video, probably. That seems right. But I know that was funny.
I don't really know how to segue into this, but I'm on an article right now about the new Razer credit card.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on Instagram. That thing was cool. I didn't read terribly much about it, which I saw that was a 1% back, but I was like,
Well, there's not much to know right now. It's still in beta testing. It's only in Singapore, though. It's beta.
Yeah.
It's just in beta in Singapore it was 1,337 people who signed up for it. And Razer hasn't commented on how long the beta will run or what other countries the Razer card may come to. But it looks awesome.
I know. Like, I've seen tons of credit card things. Like, I was talking to somebody, and they were talking how somebody has a credit card from Disney. And if they keep using it and get to a certain point on it, they basically go to Disney every year. So if it's kind of like the same thing, but like you slowly get points up and you can get a Razer something, that would be amazing. I would love to do that.
Well, it did say something about 10% discount. The card is currently in beta, so customers can get a temporary 10% discount on purchases through Razer's online store, with a chance to redeem up to $2,000 worth of Razer gear and free card upgrades.
Dang.
But it looks really cool. Apparently, the logo is literally an
It's,
RGB light
yeah, it glows.
or LED. Yeah, no, it's just but it glows and
Yeah.
it's so cool.
I would love to get one of those. That would be sick. Like,
Well, Apple has one.
that's true.
The Apple came out with a steel one, and I don't know.
Yeah,
There was
'cause-
something huge about it because when people make their own credit cards, it bypasses a lot of banking stuff.
yeah.
My uncle and I were having a huge talk about it one time, and it like overrides a lot of bank stuff, and it really gets those corporations more money, I think. But it also doesn't make you spend more money,
Yeah. That seems right.
and I don't know, but I cannot get over the look of this. It's just a matte black credit card. It has the chip on it,
It
but
looks
other than
sick.
that, there's just a Razer logo in the top left, and it glows.
Yeah, I know. It looks amazing, and I would love to get it. So
I
when it comes out, obviously, it's like,
I know this article came out October 6th, so not too long ago.
yeah. I think that's when I saw it on Instagram. They posted it, and I saw it. I was like, oh
Right.
my god, really? Like that's.
Well, didn't
that's
Razer just come out with that phone too?
They came out with a phone a while back, and then they kept upgrading it. I always wanted that because it's a gaming phone. It's made for gaming. It looks really nice, and I think it has 2 speakers on the side. I think.
Well, it's like a it's like it's sort of like a flip phone.
Oh, that phone? I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's it's branded as Motorola Razer, so maybe it's not just Razer.
I think Razer's something else. Isn't that another brand?
And no,
Yeah. I think we're talking
Oh,
about
no.
a different Razer. Or maybe
yeah,
no.
Razer did make a phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not for.
Yeah. The other one, the Razer phone, I know we were talking about this flip phone, but
Yeah.
that's a different company. It's like
Yeah.
Razor. It looks like that in my opinion, but then there's Razer. Whatever, that's basically how I put it against. But yeah, the
This
Razer
is
phone
cool,
is what I
though.
wanted. When I was getting my upgrade to this phone, I tried to get the Razer phone, but because of Verizon, they said my parents were like, "No, we get a discount from Verizon. We're getting you this one." And I was like, "Well, okay."
It's like $900.
It's insane. That's why I was like, I'm fine with getting the old one. I found it on Amazon. I think it was $300 at the time. It was on sale maybe from $500.
It's massive too.
Yeah, no. It's made for mobile games. It's got speakers on the side and everything. It's like it wants you to play games like this. Like all the ads are like this, sideways. All of them.
That's crazy. It doesn't. The only thing for me, it doesn't look as very aesthetically pleasing.
It looks like an Android because it kind of is. It's
I mean,
basically
yeah.
what it is.
What I mean by aesthetically pleasing, I know it's a gaming phone, so it's hard not to have this on it. But the bottom and the top is just massive. It's just a massive phone, and the screen. I guess I've just gotten used to like screens taking up so much of the phone now.
Yeah.
But the screen's kind of like small on it compared to the rest of it.
It probably
But-
looks really good though.
I know
what it
it's
is.
probably like 120 frames.
Yeah.
There's a phone that you can play 120 frames on.
Hmm.
And I'm sitting here going, someone's playing Fortnite 120 FPS, and I'm on a super powered PC with two 60 FPS monitors. I'm a little jealous.
Speaking of PCs, when we get Sierra Herc PC, she's getting on the podcast. She didn't have a choice. She's gonna be on the podcast. It's like, hey, ta-da! You're on. But
How long has this been going for?
decent bit. I think it's
I
good.
don't remember when we started. But yeah,
I don't either.
I mean,
I don't have anything else to talk about. You got anything else?
no. That's a good first episode, I think.
We did pretty good. I think we talked about a good spread of things. VR to credit cards. Very different.
Yeah.
But-
Thanks for everyone listening to the podcast with No Name Podcast.
Yep, thank you for joining us. And we will see you next time.
And we still will not have a name.
And we won't have a name. So goodbye.